Welcome to the 10 p.m. show. I'm your host, Uni, and I'm here with my co-host, Jonathan.
I
Okay, so today's topic is a bit controversial, should I say, because, like having two smokers talking about smoking.
mm,
Some people might be thinking, what is it got to do with our daily life? It's okay lah, you want to talk about smoking, you talk lah. It's none of our matters, right? But the fact is, I believe nowadays, although like during COVID-19, you can rarely see people like smoking publicly out there, but it still exists. So maybe like before you go into a restaurant or you go into like shopping center, people will be standing maybe a few meters away smoking right there. But the fact is, right, no matter how far away the smoker is from you, you can still smell it through your mask. Am I right? I mean, we kind of have to address this, in order to, to actually gather information whether or not the audiences, they hate smokers or they actually like, nah, it's okay, nothing to do with me, it's their health and stuff like that. So for those who like noticing today, I'm not styling my hair because some people complaining I look too old, like it's 10 p.m. and I want to look at someone like that. I just want to relax. I don't know, see you being so formal and professional, right? But anyway, doesn't matter. So if you actually like our podcast, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, our podcast, like our Facebook page, follow our Instagram, and we have everything is in the comment section below. And if you have any questions and comments, feel free to leave in the comment section below, and we will be replying to you during our podcast. Okay, one thing, we are both smokers, right? And people say smokers and smoking, right? Basically, smokers are just burning incense for their future.
well, at least we get rich at our death day.
What do you mean? It's like you're pre-burning our cash money, our hell money, to.
Yeah lah. So when we enter, at least we are rich.
I think it doesn't make too much sense over here, but there's one thing you have to admit though. Smokers or drinkers or whatever it is, we all have common language. Like you and me, right? Like how do we cue each other for smoking? It's always that one finger or just using the head.
Sometimes I just
It's just the head action, Yeah, that's the thing, people be like, you smokers are being so creative, doing so many stupid things. Why don't you take your time, do some better things, right? So you're a smoker. How would you consider yourself what type of smoker you are?
Well, by my own definition, I feel like I'm actually a heavy smoker. I just feel that I'm a heavy smoker because I just think that I smoke too much. I just want to reduce. Yeah, but anyways, for smoking, actually we have like actual term for the smokers, right? Like being a social smoker or a chain smoker, a heavy smoker, stuff like that. There's actually terms to categorize like how much you smoke a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, for basically casual smokers, it's like,
No, I think I consider myself as a casual smoker, but there's no such term actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Casual. Yeah. I think there's no casual. Yeah, but basically, yeah, I think you can be categorized as a social smoker. Like you just smoke when you're with your friends, and your friends also smoke together.
Not particularly, but I will actually go and buy some cigarette on my own. Because back then I was actually a heavy smoker and I cut down a lot due to exercise and stuff. And I don't know, I want to save my stamina. Right, so I decided not to buy cigarettes. So if someone offers me, I will not stop it. It's like, it's like taking away people's cigarette. It's like, and then treating it like, it's for me to, it's taken for granted. But
yeah,
but it's okay. I think it's just the common thing in between smokers, right?
So basically, I think you can be considered as a social smoker. I mean, with
Yeah,
an
could be.
additional that you want to smoke sometimes yourself, but not heavy, ma.
Yeah,
So
could be,
yeah,
could be.
so social smokers are basically you smoke with your friends. That's somewhat the definition, lah. And then
Mm-mm.
there's also the heavy smoker. Well, in terms of the actual term of the heavy smoker is different from my definition. My definition is for me myself only.
Mm-hmm.
But basically heavy smokers are basically they are telling you at least smoke one pack a day,
Oh,
or
they have
or the
this
they
analytic.
actually
Yeah.
they analyze, and basically not one pack lah. It's more than one pack. It's
Mm-hmm.
exactly 25 or more. Then you are considered a social heavy smoker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Then the worst one is chain smoker lah.
What do you mean?
Chain smoke
It's like,
because chain smoker, like a chain is linked everywhere. So
but
basically, you smoke one stick already. After you finish one stick, you celebrate by smoking another stick. You know what I mean?
I think for maybe our audiences or whoever it is, with the definition of a chain smoker is the one with toot, 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 toot,
Not
toot,
that chain
toot.
smoker, not that song. But basically, a chain smoker
Mm-hmm.
is a person who cannot stop smoking. Just smoke one, finish one, he take another one, smoke.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm. I mean, there's a few definitions,
yeah.
and also people will be. I mean, non-smokers will definitely categorize as. I don't care what kind of smokers you are. I will be like, you are all assholes for smoking, polluting the world. And then we have social justice who will be like, you're killing those precious plants for your pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter, okay. You just but one thing, how you actually started smoking.
Uh, I actually started. It's more like, okay, I have to explain to you in terms that way back, like much before I started smoking, I was actually very interested or curious about smoking when I was small at the time, because
But
I like
why?
to watch I like to watch all those movies and stuff like that, and sometimes you see the main characters, they smoke. They look very uh, I
Cool.
don't know, they look very cool, yeah. I mean, I was small that time lah, so I thought it was interesting lah. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I was curious from the start. So one day talking to my friends, my friend offered me one. I took it lah.
It's always
Yeah, but when I smoke it, I don't really feel anything.
okay.
Right? It's just puff. But after I finished that cigarette, I actually realized something.
Mm.
Why people smoke cigarette? So basically, why people smoke cigarette is basically
Mm-hmm.
you get a very calm relaxation feel after the effects kick in.
It's like overdosing cough medicine, right?
I don't know. I never overdose cough medicine. I hate the taste anyways.
Yeah. I mean, you started because you think it's cool, okay?
Yeah.
I think I started is because of peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it was during secondary school. It's like I hang out at the park, and there's a lot of people who smokes, right? And they'll be smoking, and then I just passed by. They'll be like, hey, you want one? When people offer you, and then you're like a pure little soul there. People will be like, I will be like, nah, it's fine, I don't want. And they're actually smoking like a type of illegal cigarette, which is made of herbs or herbs. It doesn't
Herbs?
matter.
Marijuana?
HERBS herbs or no, not that type. But it's after you smoke it, it has this very very sensational aftertaste, which is sweet on your lips, right? So I keep looking at them. They say it's okay, tarugi, which means you don't lose anything from not smoking it, right? And you don't win anything from smoking it as well. So they smoke, and then I keep seeing them like licking the lips and stuff. I was like, looks interesting. Okay.
You want to taste your
I
lip?
want to taste. No, I it's not I want to taste the lips, but I want to feel what is it. So
Yeah,
and
the
then
lips,
they look at my eyes, so I have this curiosity. So like when people see you having interest, they will force you. You know, like doing sales.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
ambil ah, ambil ah, ambil ah. Like, take it, take it. So I took it. I smoked. I mean, initially I cough a lot, and then after that, the aftertaste is what makes me, go into smoking. And after that, of course, I quit. When I was like 14-ish. I quit. And people will be like, okay, why you both of you like talking so much about smoking? You, but both of you are so proud of it, right? It's not we are proud of it, but at least when we smoke, we don't risk our life in a very serious manners. Imagine if today we don't smoke and we are alcohol drinkers, right? Then we got accident in one thing. There's a difference, Alcohol drinkers, they die in one shot, just and die.
Accident lah. If they drive drunk lah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I mean, if they're irresponsible drinkers, then they'll kena like that lah.
Yeah, that's the thing. And when we smoking while driving or whatever, yes, we are not dangerous on the road. But the thing is, we are slowly killing ourselves. So it's more like a one shot versus a torturing way. You slowly kill yourself over the time. But in fact, oxygen kills you over the time as well. I was just bullshitting, but not just saying, because I'm not justifying that smoking is right for you, but it's a better alternative for stress. For having yourself intoxicated, I would say, right? Don't you think so? I mean, if today you were to choose drinking and smoking,
if I were to choose one lah,
yeah,
I would be. I'd rather have a smoking addiction than a alcohol.
Then an alcohol addiction, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
terrible to actually drink that much. And no, like people will be like thinking, hey, both of you discussing so much. Have you guys actually tried to quit? Have you?
I tried to long time ago. The way that I quit is that I was suddenly just like, okay, fine, I'll try to quit. So that's the thing lah. It wasn't. It was kind of half-assed lah. But basically, I did try lah. So I first tried to like smoke less. Because last time, when I was quite a heavy smoker, I was actually smoking 1 pack a day. Yeah, so 1 pack a day. Then I tried to reduce, so I managed to reduce, like, all the urge. Sometimes got the urge to smoke, right? I don't go and smoke. But the thing is, I managed to reduce up to like that 1 pack can last to the next day a few hours later. Something like that, you know what I mean?
So you are taking a different approach rather than just quitting immediately.
No lah. At first, I tried to quit slowly, but in the end, I cannot do that because like all the urge, I try to resist but cannot because it come back, right? It get worse. It gets worse because every time like you keep resisting the urge, then when you finally go and smoke that, then the cigarette after that urge, right? After a long time you wait, right? You want to smoke more. Yeah, you want to smoke more. That's the thing. That's the bad thing. So anyway, that time when I tried to quit, I failed lah. But now, different. I have the perspective is that I do not need to quit. I don't want to quit. I just want to reduce.
Okay.
So that is a more achievable goal lah. I feel. So now, after the routine now, right? I actually, because I exercise and stuff like that, I managed to get to 1 pack in 2 to 3 days, which is I think quite an achievement for me lah. After a few months, yeah. How about you?
I always wanted to quit smoking. But there's one fact where I really love that smell. It feels so good. It's that smell of cigarette. But people wouldn't understand because they'd be like, I hate the smell. Smells so bad. But you need to understand one thing. Some people they like stinky tofu, which I don't like.
Yeah.
Some people like the smell of petrol.
Yeah.
Right, but and I enjoy the smell of cigarette. I don't find it stink. I find it sensational.
I mean, okay lah.
It's not
You
it's
say
not
like
me
that,
being delusional, but it's yeah.
but I know you say like that. Like, okay, the thing is, the smoke that you exhale and that you inhale smells different. The
I
one that
know
you smoke, you
it's
smoke, you absorb in, it tastes different compared to the one that you exhale out.
no,
The
it's both
exhale out one
enjoyable
is a
for me,
bad smell.
It's both enjoyable for me. I really
No,
love it. I
okay.
really love it. But it depends on what
hmm
type of cigarette. Some cigarette when you smell it, it's like, oh, this is the worst cigarette ever. Like Marlboro,
My
for
bro
instance.
secret, right? Is my bro secret. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very bad.
yeah, that my bro.
What? We are not
Shh.
we aren't supposed to get sponsored from a cigarette company, so it's
Uh,
okay. It's
we,
okay.
we can't we can't
We
get
can't get
sponsored
sponsored
from
as well,
secret.
right? I mean, we can't even use the name, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I very got say people's name. My bro. It's my bro
Okay.
secret.
So before we move on, let's look at the comment section. So my people be like, eh. Oh, hi Winnie. Oh, she says for her cigarette smells bad, but I really love the smell. I really love the smell so much. I don't understand why. It's
Next time we drive you go airport, you go inside the smoking room lah. You
you
stay
just go
inside
there,
there. Yeah.
just sniff everything. I mean, in one shot,
People
right?
take oxygen tank there. You put
Just
the
a
oxygen.
carbon.
Your oxygen tank is cigarette ash.
I mean, of course, when it stays over time, like in a room like toilet with with a cigarette smell, it doesn't feel good. But when it comes out from your mouth, or when it's a pure, fresh,
Wow.
brand new
Fresh
cigarette,
smoke, ah.
fresh smoke, it smells good. It smells good, definitely.
Oh my god.
So people wouldn't understand my. It's not I want to smoke due to I mean, of course, there's nicotine addiction and stuff that's already in me, right? Because I really enjoy the smell. So anyway, let's move on. There's a lot of time because like both of us, we I would say we kind of enjoy smoking, and there's also
Oh,
non-smokers who dislike smoking at all, or smokers.
yeah, yeah.
There's one thing we have to discuss right here where we judge people. Sometimes we be like, hey, stress smoke lah. They don't want to smoke, right?
Uh-huh.
And we'll be like, yeah, you cannot lah. What type of brother? What kind of human you are? You are. Why can't you?
Mm.
Why don't you just join in and smoke, right? And
Mm.
there's like non-smokers will be like, why you have to smoke? Let's say your friend, like, why you have to smoke? Maybe their perspective is like for us to be healthy, right?
Mm.
And there's like there's like strangers or some of your acquaintance or whatever. When they see you smoking, they be like, this guy is an asshole. I mean, we don't even smoke in front of them, but of course we have these cigarette stings for them. They will just judge you. I think it's a bit too critical.
Well, maybe I feel it's true. I mean, I don't have that experience where people ask me why I smoke, or or if the person say if I don't smoke, they will criticize you. I've never met people like this but I do have like friends where, like, after, before you meet them, you go and smoke before you meet them, and then when you meet them, wow, then you say hi, then after they suddenly look at you, they look at you disgusted like that. Wow, you smell of
Yeah,
smoke.
it's that judgmental
Yeah.
expression.
No lah. No. Let's just think where I'm coming from.
Okay.
It's like I don't walk towards you. If you smell of sweat, right? I don't like. What the fuck? It's disgusting. Very disgusting. Right?
I mean, we will be okay. Let's say today.
I don't do that though.
No,
Do you?
let's say today my friend has
Mm.
bad breath. I'm like,
Mm.
you might need to drink more water.
Mm.
But sometimes when I smoke and people they smell me, they be like, can you go away? You smell bad. It's not like, can you not smoke while before you coming indoor? If you use that different approach, I'll be like, okay, I will respect your decision. But instead you say, can you go away? You don't come close to me. You smell bad. Okay, which I could understand, because for non-smokers, they think smokers are very inconsiderate.
Mm.
Because when you are, some people think when you're irresponsible to yourself by by smoking, in real life you won't be very, you won't be having responsibility in a way, right? I mean, not all smokers are irresponsible, but generally.
Mm.
And I think non-smokers sometimes they are too critical towards smokers, like what we just said, right? And I believe you told me that your uncle who actually a smokers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays Malaysia we actually have like a specific smoking station for smokers to smoke, right? Smoking zone.
Not, I mean,
Most
not
of the places.
everywhere lah. Not everywhere lah. I mean,
Most of the
I
places.
hope we will have that. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
better like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like you told me your uncle actually he just smoked inside the house, right?
Yeah. I mean, basically, my uncle, he's the eldest, and also during that time lah, he was the breadwinner of the family. Basically, like last time, long time ago, we used to like have a family gathering. Like there's like 15, 16 people in the house. Usually it's my grandmother's house.
Mm.
We will gather there. And
Mm-hmm.
then he's used to it, right? He just smoke in the house, at the hall there. There's so many people there, he thought he can smoke also.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to me, I don't mind lah. I don't really mind lah.
But it's a very inconsiderate move, I would say, because it's indoor
Huh?
and the house itself can trap all these smokes, and
Yeah, yeah.
everyone has to take in your secondhand smoke, right?
The thing is, he was born in the era where you can smoke indoors.
Yeah,
Huh?
like when we watched
Uh,
movie back then, during
yeah.
the ending credit
1970s
scene,
around there lah. Yeah.
it's always the Salem and Mount Seven,
Mm. Mm, mm,
which
mm.
already I mean it's already non-exist, doesn't exist
Me.
anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mount Seven is nowadays Mebius lah,
Mm.
and because the cigarette smell itself actually annoys a lot of people. It doesn't
Yes.
annoy me. It doesn't annoy me because I don't really understand, because I don't know whether is it because people classify this as a bad smell and everyone thinks it's a bad smell, or some people I mean you can take stinky tofu but you think cigarette smell is bad,
Mm.
right?
I don't know lah. No, no lah. For me, I do feel that cigarette smokes actually do smell bad lah. I mean,
Okay.
it's pleasant if I smoke it, but it's not pleasant if I smell it. Yeah, it do smell bad to me lah. Not all the time. Like if I inhale, then it's nice.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the one that you exhale, right? You smell, right? It doesn't smell good.
Yeah. I mean,
Mm.
other than that, also, there's one thing I realized. I mean, a lot of people tell me, they'll be like,
Mm.
it's always been told by non-smokers to me. They'll be like, you use so much time to smoke, and every time when I ask you to quit, I see you quit, you always made up excuses. And people will think like these employers or your friend will think that it's either you're very relaxed or you're very laid back, or you're just someone who who likes to give excuses. So it's not good to actually hire you or actually befriended you in a way. I don't know whether is it like it's a non-smoker stereotype with smokers. I'm not too sure about that. So I mean, if you have any question, I mean, if you have any comments regarding to our point here, feel free to leave in the comment section below. Okay. Because yeah.
For me, I never actually experienced those lah. I never seen an employer like prejudice against smokers lah. But I did last time. One of my boss did tell me like, say don't smoke lah, not good for your health. Yeah, that's all. And he didn't actually like say like, wow, you smoking very unproductive or stuff like that. I never heard those stuff before lah. Who knows? Maybe he talked behind my back. I don't know lah.
We will talk about it. We will talk about smoking and productivity later. Actually, it's very interesting. I mean, stay tuned later in the comment section. I mean, in our audience members. And there's one question. I know why I started, but why do people smoke? It's a very interesting question, right?
One of the things is that for me lah, I'm talking based on my experience lah. For me, it's just basically last time like yeah, when you watch the movie, you can
Mm-hmm.
see smoking. Then also last time used to have advertisement. Now it's no more already. It's banned already for smoking cigarettes. Last time
Mm-hmm.
got ma. They look
Mm-hmm.
cool ma. The thing is they show like an expression of freedom. Wow, you look cool. You drive in a car in the sunset. All those type of advertisement. So it makes
Yeah.
it look cool. So I was curious. But the thing is, then after that, my friend offered me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So for me, I feel I think it's more towards curiosity. I cannot blame my friend. My friend just offered me. I accepted ma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I cannot say it's my friend. Friend is the one that influenced me. It's the more towards curious. Curious. What
Okay.
what what about you?
I mean, to conclude what you just said, basically, you believe it's always influence and curiosity
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that
Is
that
I
that, that
is one is that yourself, you are curious, and then there's other people also lah, right?
influence you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
For
influence.
for me, first thing, of course, when I started is due to peer pressure influence, but
Mm,
there's few times when I quit, when because I quit and start uh back to back on and off,
mm,
and when I started again, it was due to emotions and stress.
mm.
Because I have nowhere to release my emotions. Even when I
Yeah,
exercise, it doesn't feel enough. Maybe
yeah,
it's because I already started smoking. So whenever I'm stressed or I have emotional issue, the first thing first I will think of is cigarette. I believe there's
yeah.
the reason why. So it's best is actually not to start, right? Of course,
Correct.
it's the greatest way, but I think these are the main three factors, which is influence, yeah,
Mm,
emotions and curiosity, which makes people start smoking, right?
yeah. I
Uh,
understand why when you're like emotional or stressed because basically cigarette there's the feel ma. It actually like it feels like it releases stress. But does
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
actually release stress? I don't know lah. But to me, I do feel calmer after a smoke lah.
I
Right?
think it's a very short, sweet escape lah, from whatever
Maybe
you're doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
short term. You get you do gain a small relief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, before I've seen a lot of comments, but we will be replying to you guys later because we have something to tell you guys about the whole topic here because it is very interesting. As we know, smokers generally have addiction, right? I'm not saying I'm spending money on gambling because gambling is actually an addiction as well. Alcohol consumption is actually an addiction as well.
Everything also is got addiction on
Because I believe that smoking, one of the main factor is due to your habit and patterns,
Mm-hmm.
your daily
Mm-hmm.
routine. It's
Mm-hmm.
slowly merged to our lifestyle, right?
Mm. Mm.
Like when you go for food, your food wouldn't feel complete if you never puff that one cigarette,
Mm.
or even after you having beep, if you didn't finish it, if you didn't smoke a cigarette, your orgasm wouldn't feel enough,
Mm.
right?
Yeah. Basically, that's the thing lah. That because this is actually there's a research paper on this.
Mm-hmm.
Nicotine, the way nicotine works, that nicotine addiction works,
Mm-hmm.
is basically the nicotine uh molecule, they'll
Mm-hmm.
cling to those when because this is how your brain works, nerve cells, it will send you all those signals. They say, oh, you are hungry, right? So the thing is when the signal is sent during that time,
Mm-hmm.
nicotine will cling to that signal. So when you
Mm-hmm.
are hungry, after you eat, right, you must smoke. Then it only
Mm-hmm.
completes the thing. So it makes your body like think, oh, you need that. You need the nicotine in the end to finish up this process. So from being hungry to being full, you must finish it with nicotine. Something
But
like that. That's the thing.
although nicotine gives you relieves you or gives you
Mm-hmm.
satisfaction, but you have to
Mm.
understand one thing: the more you smoke, the higher your tolerance level towards nicotine.
Yeah.
This is why people are addicted to it because it's not like I can't quit. But the thing is, because I smoke so much, my tolerance level is so high, I have to smoke even more.
Yeah. You
So,
need more nicotine.
I mean, of course, due to emotions issue, people cling to cigarette because it gives you, it makes you lightheaded, it calms you down.
Yeah.
I mean, addiction, it's something, it requires willpower to stop it, right? And addiction actually gives you like, I mean, of course it is already merged in our lifestyle and stuff like that, and when you have emotional issue, you always cling to cigarettes because of the nicotine,
Yeah.
although there's alternatives towards it, but it's just nicotine that makes things worse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So of course we have addiction, and people believe that addiction actually it's not good for your daily life. It affects your life a lot.
Yeah.
Like, let's give you an example. Gambling addiction. You can take your money and go gamble. After that, what happens to a family? You can't even afford them financially, right? It same goes to cigarette, but it's not like we will take all money and go and smoke cigarette, right? But the thing is, due to addiction, it somehow will affect our life, right? And let's say some people say because of smoking, your productivity level goes down. I do not know whether you understand my statement or not, but let's give you an example. Let's give everyone an example. One cigarette took around, how long will it take you?
About 10 minutes.
Yeah, for me it's like 5 to 7. Okay. Let's take a 5 minutes an average. A pack of cigarette has like what 20 cigarettes, and 20 times 5 is around 100 minutes. It's 1 hour something in your life is gone by smoking. I mean, if you take that time, you do something, it's, you know, it will be better. But of course, there's people that say that smoking raise up your creativity level, which, you know, fasten up their productivity.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
But of course, I mean, this is why people think smokers have like to give excuses in a way, right?
Yeah.
And of course, it gives us body odor and stuff and mouth odor, and it's kind of annoying because sometimes when you want to meet people, and people smell a cigarette, the stain on your shirt, people will be like, "Oh, this guy is unreliable." Which I do not really understand. Why does smoking has to relate to your own self-being? Like, even like people say if you're in professional line, you shouldn't be smoking. But I've seen doctors smoking.
If doctor don't smoke, I really quite respect them. You know,
It's very
they're in
stressful.
very stressful job. Doctors, chefs, all of them, a lot of them smoke. Yeah lah, but anyways, moving on.
Yeah, of course. Another thing is, because you rely on cigarettes so much, your life is. I mean, for us, our life is already organized to smoking habit. But if today you are a new smokers, or you're a newcoming smokers, or you're newbie smokers, you will realize that after you do one thing, you want to continue the next thing. You can't continue without smoking one cigarette, and it's quite annoying in a way. For me itself, I also feel that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to do something, but it's like something is lacking. I need to smoke in order to spark up my productivity for my next activity, which is bad, I think. And of course, some people say smoking cigarette, although it's not that financially harmful towards you compared to gambling, but people will say, like, I don't know whether have you been asked before, but people is like, how many cigarettes you smoke per day? How much have you spent on cigarette? You could have actually buy a BMW or a Myvi. That one thing. I mean, I always ask them back, where's your BMW? Where's your McLaren? Where's your Lamborghini? Right.
I heard before lah, but nobody asked me this thing before lah. It's a stupid question.
Which is not
There's
wrong.
always something to spend on. You know, once you get the money, right, you have the urge to spend on.
Yeah. I mean, which is not wrong, because people could understand. I mean, if today you don't smoke cigarette, I mean, of course we are spending that amount of money we use 1 hour to smoke that amount of money, 17 ringgit 40 cent or what, 12 ringgit 15 ringgit for a day. I mean, 1 hour plus. rather but I mean if you take that 1 hour something, you go and do some hobby, it costs more, right? So it's consider some smart moves here, you know. We are
Yeah,
using
but,
yeah.
but I do admit smoking is expensive.
Yeah lah. If you actually you
Mm,
go and monitor your financial, you
mm,
actually
mm,
realize.
mm,
Of course, cigarette gives you a lot of health damage, but I don't think we have to talk about it because people who needs to know already know. Like be it lung damage, heart disease, sterile fertility, being incompetent, or erectional dysfunction. It doesn't matter. I
mm,
mean, those who needs to know already know. So we don't have to
mm,
talk about it too much.
mm,
And of course, having cancer, but anything can give you cancer nowadays anyway,
mhm.
right? I mean, it's cigarette and your life is basically like a toxic relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
You sound very experienced.
you sound experienced as well. I mean, you
Why
feel
you're the one that
experienced.
related toxic relationship with this?
You feel experienced. The thing is, what can you give me a definition of toxic relationship right here?
Ba- Basically, a toxic relationship is like you know it's bad for you, but you still cling to it.
Uh,
You're still in the relationship. Yeah lah. I mean, it is
it's
a
relatable,
cigarette
right?
is like a toxic relationship.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people don't understand, or all we smokers, we don't understand that this is a toxic relationship. But like even you have a toxic relationship in real life. In the morning or in the afternoon, you argue with her or with him, and at night, everything's settled.
Yeah.
But cigarette doesn't give you that. The settled part is maybe when you lie in the coffin or something, or casket or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's look at the comment sections. Right. Uh, Smoke in cinema is a norm way back then.
Yeah.
Well, I actually do not know. I never
My
knew about
my
it.
during my father's time, you ask your father lah. My father, sure. Last time they say that my father say right when you go inside this cinemas the chairs are just one long bench. You sit wherever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Of course there are stages lah, but every level is just a one long bench that you can
Mm.
sit there, and
Mm-mm.
basically you can smoke indoors. Yeah, and he say every time he comes out of the cinema, he smell like smoke.
It's so suffocating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's quite. I can imagine that.
Last time when I was driving as a Grab driver, I still remember there is one passenger I pick up at Hospital Shah Alam, and that passenger is blind. When I asked him how he got blind, he said it was because he got stroke twice, and the cause of the stroke because he's a heavy smoker. Like what I just said, people who needs to know already know what's the health damaging part, right? It's just that we enjoy this. I mean, I don't really enjoy this toxic relationship, but I'm working my way out there lah. How about you?
Uh, for me,
You yourself
uh,
actually your father just recovered from nose cancer, right? How can
yeah.
you relate?
How can I relate with my father? You mean
I mean,
like,
in this situation, in this comment.
well, my father don't smoke,
Yeah,
so
but like because you.
basically, okay. The thing is that my father, kena the cancer is not because of smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Is basically, the doctor mentioned is that basically it may be an inflammation due to the last time what he worked as, because last time he worked as a what do you call this, forwarding agent.
Ah,
So basically he checked all those. He got enter a lot of those hazardous area inside the container and stuff like that.
it's the dust and the debris lah.
Yeah. But
Mm.
yeah, basically it's like you're saying that anything can cause a disease or anything lah. But basically you just want to blame for smoking, right? I think no lah.
Yeah, everything. I know. I'm not saying that your father's
Mm,
case is due to smoking, but The thing is, if someone in your family member somehow got some disease, it has
Yeah.
it might be, it might be possible to pass down.
Mm.
Yeah, that was my question. So I mean, can you relate? Like, yeah.
Yeah, my family actually do have high risk of cancer transferring down, but I'm I guess I'm stupid. I want to smoke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, okay, there was a
Mm.
very good story to share with us.
Mm.
Let's move on. So, like what I just mentioned, your father's case. I mean, could it be possible actually it's due to the secondhand smoke when you smoke and then he smelled it or something like that? No, I'm just joking. I'm just
Possible.
joking.
Possible. I'm also not sure. It may be possible also lah.
But because smoking actually affects the others a lot, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I mean, we do agree that secondhand smoke is more dangerous, which I don't understand. Because we are the one who's smoking we're inhaling the substance, what?
The thing is, right,
Yeah.
like if you smell the exhaled smoke and the one that you inhale smells different. So basically, like you go inside your body, right, your lungs, right,
Or
and then come out, it become more toxic.
it carries out all the stored
Yeah, the extra
carcinogens.
extra carcinogen come out. So yeah, I think yeah, but it is true that secondhand smoke is more proven to be more
Dangerous.
dangerous. That's the thing. Um, if those people who smell like I mean more often smell secondhand smoke, right, there are higher chance to get. That's why it's a bit funny, right? But it's true.
Yeah. I mean, most of the
Mm.
time, I always prohibit myself from smoking in front of my whoever it is, lah. I mean, I would just go far away.
Mm.
Of course, these smokes makes the other comfortable, right? I mean, we don't really have to mention about it if because I really enjoy that smell. But for some people, like you yourself as a smoker, you don't enjoy secondhand smoke as well, I believe.
Yeah, just yesterday, I went like to dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone sit at the table opposite me.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's like 1 meter or 1.5 meter apart, he start smoking before he start eating. I was eating, and then he
Mm-hmm.
smoked. He smoked. Then I smell. It turns me off. It spoil my appetite. Even though I smoke, I also don't like the smell. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just annoying.
I mean, of course, it risks others' health as well. And I mean,
Mm.
secondhand smoke itself actually it's more dangerous. I mean, to pregnant women and child, which is
Yeah.
fascinating because I've seen some fathers,
Yeah.
they smoke in front of their pregnant wives. I mean, no, I cannot stand that. Why? I don't understand.
I've never seen but if I don't know, it is a bit scummy to do this lah.
It's very irresponsible. I mean, this is why people
Yeah.
categorize smokers as irresponsible individual. But you need to
Mm.
understand one thing. Way back then, in smoking is actually an elegant move. It's a very suave and it's a very gentleman things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, it become something that only low class people will do. Right? It's sort of quite sad, but I'm not justifying. But yeah, it's the truth. It's a harsh truth. And of course,
One of the things is that
yeah.
last time,
Mm-hmm.
cigarettes also, last time it was advertised as a thing that could improve your health.
Stamina.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Last
even
time, last time, like black and white times, TV black and white the time, yeah, they do last time, do
yeah.
advertise this start things.
Even cyclists. I mean, way back then you can see like cyclists tour de France or whatever. They actually
Yeah.
while they cycling uphill, they're smoking.
Serious?
Yeah. I mean, this is one thing that I realized myself.
Hmm.
We smokers, we always delays others' productivity level. Imagine
Oh, why?
today, let's say we are carpooling.
Uh-huh.
Then you are the driver, or you are the passenger. You be like, everyone has to maybe go to toilet or whatever. You be like, hold on, let me smoke first. You delay the journey
Yeah.
for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, I understand lah. Like, yeah, let's go. Wait. Smoke first, smoke first,
Smoke
smoke
first,
first.
smoke first. Right.
I mean, it's fine like if every one of you are smokers, right? Everyone is like, oh, let's go smoke But if the others they don't smoke, right? Yeah, I do feel like it do waste people's time,
Or let's
And
say you are
people
in. Yeah.
they will say like smoke okay lah. They feel like say okay lah.
But
But
deep
at the
down
back
they'll be.
wow, you
You
wasting
bastards.
people's time. Yeah.
I mean, there's some like meeting scenario where people is like, oh, it's okay. I know you guys are tired. Let's have 5 minutes break. And within this 5 minutes break, smokers will go downstairs. And
Yeah.
going downstairs already took you what 1.5 minutes. You smoke
Yeah.
another 10 minutes. You come up. It's total. It costs what? It's like maybe 13 minutes. Let's say
Yeah.
at most, at fastest 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you are delaying people's time for another 5 minutes, and meeting will not start punctually. So 5 minutes break with 10 minutes smoking break, and then when they further come back, you have to pull your chair up, find the greatest position to sit. So it's another
Yeah.
2-3 minutes. So a 5 minutes will become 18 minutes due to smoking, which
Mm-hmm.
I refrain myself from doing, from smoking. While we having meeting or something. I find it very irresponsible, right? So people will always think that smokers are selfish. I don't know whether anyone in the audience member thinks smokers are selfish, but yeah, and I think there's one thing I would like to address as well. Why is it so impossible to actually quit smoking? Like me, myself, and you. Of course, we know the
What?
first is addiction, which we don't have
Yeah.
to talk about it, right?
Yeah, just well, we mentioned just now, basically it's the nicotine clinging to what you need instead what you want. It just makes you that things that the brain will
Mm-hmm.
think that they need nicotine. That's the thing. That's addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then also there's one, this is the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that especially it will happen if when you try to start quitting. This would be withdrawal symptom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you try to quit, right?
Mm.
One of the impact, the first one you will notice, after you stop for about
Mm-hmm.
or 3/4 of the day, then you start feeling that you start coughing like crazy.
Yeah, it's
Then
because our body is like
yeah.
forcing this toxic
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So the thing is, right, you start coughing, you got a lot of phlegm and all the thing.
Mm.
Then after that, after this, right, then also you have the terrible urge,
Mm-hmm.
the terrible urge to go and try to go and smoke another cigarette, right?
Yeah. I can relate. I can
That's one
relate.
that's a terrible one.
Of
Mm,
course, when you say withdrawal and
yeah,
having like mucus, having coughing and
yeah,
things like that, you will feel your whole day will just won't feel good. You will feel down the whole day, right?
yeah.
So,
Feel down. So the remedy is when you think the remedy is to take
smoke.
a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like me myself, when I want to quit smoking, I always have trouble sleeping. It's just something is lacking. It's like you go on whole day without holding your phone.
mm.
Your whole night you'll be like, I didn't look at my friend's story. I didn't look at what's happening on social media, or I haven't watched the latest latest video of the 10 p.m. show. I cannot sleep.
By the way, subscribe, guys. But anyways, yeah, I do understand. It's like you try before you go to bed, right? Suddenly, your stomach gru.
Yeah, it's just something is
Very
lacking. Your
hungry.
life,
Yeah.
something is lacking.
Then you
Something is
try,
lacking.
yeah, you try to go sleep, right? You cannot go sleep, because your stomach grumbling and stuff. Yeah, it does feel like that.
And it's very
Yeah.
irritating because it's like when you quit smoking. Okay, first thing first,
Uh,
it's not because the first thing first you can't sleep. The whole day you will just go. It's very irritable. You'll be like, something is
yeah.
lacking.
Then you
I
get
need
angry,
something.
right? You get
Definitely.
angry.
You will throw
Mm.
tantrum out of nowhere. It means someone with good temper as well
Yeah.
they will just go crazy. They will go haywire
Yeah.
because of
Yeah. I
smoke cigarette.
think. Yeah, that's one thing lah.
Mm.
Maybe it's also because because when you smoke, right, your blood pressure tends to go up. Yeah, so I think that's why you also sometimes get angry. So when you try to quit, right, when you try to quit, right?
Mhm.
You stop smoking already, but your blood pressure is still high, ma. So you start getting angrier. Yeah, I feel like I just think lah. I
We
think it's
need
possible, right?
we need scientific proof.
No lah. I'm just thinking lah. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
I think one more is like if you feel very restless lah. Like I think can relate to the blood pressure thing also lah. Your
Um,
blood pressure is higher, you get
no,
agitated, right?
how do you put this? Being
Um,
restless.
how to say when you feel restless it's like I'm trying to collect the
The information.
information. Yeah.
No, it's like
Uh,
okay, I do understand that you feel restless because
yeah.
you feel your life is like incomplete. You're
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to find
yeah,
that
I
one
can see
piece of puzzle.
that.
Or
A bit
like
dramatic, but yeah, I think that fits the bill
it's like
properly.
when you're playing Candy Crush, you just need 2 more moves to win, but on the screen it's only showing one. You only have one
Yeah.
more steps. So it's like
No,
that.
I mean also no, it's not until that point. It's you win already, but you get 2 stars only. But you want to get the 3 stars, right? So you want to play again, you play again, play again. Yeah, same thing lah. I think that's the feeling. Yeah, that's the feeling.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
2 stars even though you finish, but you want to get the 3 stars.
I mean, of course, due to what we say, irritable or restless, you
Yeah,
will actually you actually it will somehow affect your life where you're unable to think and you can't focus.
yeah,
That's why we don't. It doesn't apply to smokers, all smokers, or people who used to quit, people who already quit, but most of the time when smokers, it's like because it's like drugs. I believe cigarettes are like drugs.
it is a drug. It is a drug. Nicotine is a drug.
So when you feel like you're restless or whatever, you can't focus and you can't think well,
Mm-mm.
and cigarette is everywhere, so it's very easy for you to obtain.
Yeah, you just go to what 7-Eleven nearby,
And then
99.
yeah, you
just
can
buy.
you can immediately get back your focus, or you can straight away think straight.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is why I think people can't quit because
The worst part also. Okay, I also need to add this. The worst part also, after you get this type of symptom, right?
mm,
You smoke one, right? You
mhm.
want to smoke more already.
There's
That's
like a
the
fire
thing.
starter, yeah.
Yeah. After that next smoke, right? You want to smoke another one. You want to smoke another one because your body is already lacking nicotine, but your brain say it needs nicotine, so it will load up on that. So it's worse.
I mean,
That's why now I changed my routine on how to reduce smoking. Yeah,
it's like you have to have a
slowly,
schedule.
yeah,
You're schedule it,
Mm.
and something like that.
yeah.
I think the other thing is this is not relatable, but
Mm.
when you quit, this withdrawal symptom makes you actually hungry all the time because your body is craving for something, but because you don't want to think of cigarette, because of course you have to brainwash yourself for not thinking of cigarette, but instead your body is craving for something, you just go for for eating spree and in the end gain weight. Some people
I
realize
don't
that
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some people realize
I
that
don't
in
know,
the middle.
but actually for this, right, there's the symptom. If you smoke, you gain weight, but you gain weight by quitting smoking. Funny.
Controversial.
For me, I don't get it lah. I don't get it lah. To me, I don't like gain weight if I try to reduce smoking. I don't know lah. Maybe it's you especially for you.
Could be. Maybe it was just me.
Uh,
Yeah, but yeah, one thing. I mean, we have mentioned so many bad things about cigarette, right? There's one thing I don't understand.
What?
If cigarette is bad, why is it still selling? So, next question is: should cigarettes be banned?
For me, even though I smoke, I say yes. It should be banned.
But I think the reason why cigarette is not banned
Mm-hmm.
is definitely because of, I would say, capitalism, like tax money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But the
cigarettes,
thing
alcohol.
is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, you say cigarettes, alcohol. These two are considered drugs. why these two drugs can be sold recreationally, but why other drugs cannot? Right?
Maybe it's more recreational and it's more easy to regulate, right? It could
Regulate,
be,
but
yeah,
I
but
don't know lah. I mean, if you legalize the thing already, you regulate it already, oh. What's so
like,
hard to regulate?
okay, like one thing. Okay, let's look at
Hmm.
vape as for
Mm-hmm.
instance.
Mm-hmm.
In Thailand, you're not allowed to bring vape into the country
Mm-hmm.
because the government can't really enforce any uh
Hmm.
tax money, enforce any tax towards vape. Therefore,
Why
they
not?
ban the whole thing. I don't really understand because it would, maybe it's not something it's not something regulated by the government.
Okay lah, I understand. Maybe why vape? Because vape is very easily made in your house. In your
Mm.
house also you can do because you need a few glass bottle, some heating element, 搞定. So I think that's why they don't want to do
Because
they don't want to regulate vape.
it's not a mass production thing compared to
Yeah,
cigarette
yeah,
and
yeah. It
alcohol.
is you can produce a lot. You can sell inside your own home. So I think yeah, that's why it's
It's very
yeah.
hard to regulate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to regulate. That I could understand. But other drugs, other drugs
Okay.
usually need to mass produce one,
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it's because government they will never, I mean they will never been exposed to all this, and they couldn't really come up with the rules or regulation
Mm,
towards this, so
mm,
they decided to ban all this. So, and cigarette and alcohol is already way back. I mean, it's already there for way longer,
mm-hmm.
and Malaysia, no, not Malaysia, but a lot of countries out there, they're trying to ban like illegal cigarettes. I mean, illegal imported cigarette, right? Uh, because the reason why they allow like cigarette and they don't allow illegally imported cigarette, of course, I would believe it's due to profit, due to tax
Of course
profit.
lah. Illegally imported one where can get tax? How to
That's the thing.
tax?
So
They come with sampan one, a
it
small boat come to your shore, and then
it's
all the cigarette pack wet. They come.
no lah, they got packaging one, right? I mean, I would think the reason I do agree that cigarettes and alcohol be banned, worldwidely, but
Mm,
I believe it's always the capitalism that that comes in
mm,
to play the game,
mm.
and due to this, there's a lot of alternatives which is so-called cheaper because first thing first, I believe it's due to non-regulated by the government and they can't impose any tax money inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your sort of cigarette alternatives, right? Vapes, cigar, e-cigarette, or even pot.
Mm-mm.
Does it actually work?
Well, we've tried all of it, right? Except for me, I never tried pot.
I tried everything. I've tried
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, for me, it doesn't work lah. It doesn't work lah. All the alternatives that I tried, it doesn't work lah. I still prefer cigarettes. But the thing is, I have a friend,
Mm-hmm.
one friend,
Mm.
who tried vape, cannot stop, cannot stop
Mm-hmm.
smoking.
Mm.
He during when he tried vape, he smoked and vape also. So
Oh,
the thing it got worse for
it
him.
got worse, yeah.
But the thing is, after that he tried pot, the pot one, those brand, re
Those capsules, the
relics, re
relax,
relax brand, yeah,
yeah,
the RELX, yeah,
RLX.
those brand. He finally took it, and he quit. He managed to quit smoking. So the only thing now he's smoking is that, which I feel is good for him lah, because I feel that actually, uh, smoking cigarettes compared to this liquid vape or pot
Mm.
is actually worse than actually smoking these vapes lah. Because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one thing, cigarettes got a lot of tar and stuff like that. So to me, I feel it's okay lah. Not it's okay lah. At least you replace with something healthier. At least lah. Right.
No, I feel like it's just excuses, because everything that
Mm.
goes into a lung is never good. Because
Mm.
previously I've experienced where I have a lot of phlegms in my lung and I actually cough like a lot. I mean, you've been there. I mean, you've seen me been there, and
Mm-mm.
I have to eat medicine and I have to drink this effervescent tablet in order to force all the phlegm out.
Mm.
The doctor literally say, she's like, are you a smoker? I was like, I'm no vaping. She's like, no, don't give excuses. Everything that goes into lung is bad. And that makes me wonder, because you're allowed to make marketing stuff for pods and capsules. I mean, this capsule or vapes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere on the social media, but not cigarette. And
Yeah.
everything is equally bad in a way. I don't know whether is it the just healthier alternative, or is it it's just equally bad. But for me, it's actually equally bad.
Yeah.
It's just people giving themselves excuses to do something. Of course, if today you say I want to quit smoking, but due to the habit of exhaling or inhaling,
Yeah.
you could take something without nicotine. Because I think most of the time people just crave for the nicotine. Of course, cigarette is the worst because it has tar and it has carbon and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you have any comment or any questions, or I mean comments regarding to alternatives, feel free to leave in the comment section below. Let's go through some comments, okay? 8 out of 10 salespeople smokes in the past. Oh, I think this is regarding to our like like when you're doing sales line and when people see you smoke, people think you're unreliable.
But the thing is that if your person that you sell to, that you want to get business from, if they smoke, it's a common
Bang bye.
there already. You already connected there already.
I think it's yeah. It's just the revolution where people think image is important. No,
Mm-mm.
one thing you need to understand, image, right? It's actually just a bubble thing, It doesn't exist. You shouldn't
What do
be
you mean?
you shouldn't be defined by the others on how you look, how you dress yourself, how you behave,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't do anything morally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And because of social media, they'd be like, you smoke, you're a bad guy. You have tattoo, you're a bad guy, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think this is image and things is very bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that should exist. Like today, let's say I'm not wearing branded stuff, it means I'm poor. No, I wear branded stuff, it means I'm rich. No, it doesn't work that way, right? Next question: why Kung Fu Ip Man smoke? Does he smoke?
In the movie, you got I don't know whether he actually smoked or not.
You don't
But
need
that's the
it.
thing.
I'm saying from
During
the
that
movie.
time, during that time, the all those companies that do all this tobacco, they go and hire researchers. They hire researchers to go and do some research on their tobacco or their cigarette. So they got the result and they say it's very healthy during that time. So because of that, this controversy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all fake research,
Mm.
right? So what all they do is they had to ban all the advertisement on smoking.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why it happened, lah. So that's why Ip Man smoked that time. Who knows? I mean, or maybe he just feel or also there's the one thing that there is actually a benefit of smoking, lah, short term,
Mm.
which is uh immediate
Relaxation.
stress relief. Yeah.
Mm.
So there's one thing where you actually can feel. So people when people see, oh, it's healthy, then when you smoke you also feel the effect. So yeah, during
Mm.
that time people maybe think it's healthier.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I mean, you can actually refer to our previous episode, Social Justice Warrior, season 1, episode 7. We actually talk about how people conduct research and
Mm-hmm.
why research exists in our
Mm-hmm.
previous podcast. You can actually refer
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a last one before we move on. Haha, sounds familiar. Oh, I think this is due to because Winnie is my boss. So
Mm-hmm.
when we having meeting and stuff.
Oh. Oh, no, you got no excuse now. You got no excuse.
Okay, let's move on. How should we actually quit?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How?
Mm.
The thing is, from the journey I've been smoking, now I actually decided that I don't want to quit. I actually for me lah, I don't want to quit because I actually like smoking lah. But the thing is, now I do agree that I smoke too much. I just want to smoke if I want to, not because I need to, because the nicotine asks me to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me lah, that's for me lah. But then there's also, you can relate to the for when I first tried to quit. That's the reason is that I do not have a strong willpower during the time when I tried to quit. It wasn't a good resolve, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, but
See, you tried to quit many times, right?
yeah. I mean, I've tried to quit by actually, creating some hobbies. Right, getting into hobbies.
Yeah.
And it does help until MCO kicks in.
Uh
Yeah. I mean, most of the time.
yeah, you can't do what you actually want, like all the hobbies that you
Yeah.
want to
It's
do.
actually a
You can't do it.
It's actually me diverting myself, from all this,
Mm,
from
mm,
having
mm, mm,
cigarettes.
mm,
And of course, when we want to quit, right, I believe that one of the most important thing is actually to declare that you want to quit,
mm.
right? And of
Yeah.
course, getting supports from your friends and family. But there's a lot of times, right, people will think when I say I want to quit, people are like, you're giving excuses. You're giving excuses. Yeah, every time
Yeah.
I also hear you say want to quit smoking, impossible. Sometimes you really need that one support, right? Because some people
Yeah.
they find some way to actually relieve their stress and stuff, but not everyone share the same thing, share the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
tunnel or channel of
Yeah.
stress relieving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good lah. You can mention, like, say, you not just tell your friend lah. You must ask your friend to help you also,
Yeah.
right? So you tell your friend, I want to quit today. So next time if I pop a cigarette to my mouth, please stop me, right? Yeah. I think, yeah, that's a very good way.
Like what you mentioned about willpower, I believe
Mm,
doing exercise and doing sports actually helps us to create a very strong mentality,
mm, mm,
right? I
mm,
mean, so that due to like what you just said, willpower and stuff, it comes to the next question: why can't we stop or quit smoking?
mm. So, yeah, as you have, like, because it really takes a lot of effort trying to quit, right? Uh, so having that willpower to trying to quit, that's the thing. Uh, it takes a very big, like a huge amount of determination from yourself. If you want to quit. But that's the thing. Like you said just now, you're not alone in trying to do this. You can ask your friends. You can ask your family to do it to help you, right? Mm-hmm. Then
Yeah.
also, the thing is, one of the things is that if smokers want to quit, right, but they couldn't, is also due to, I can say, bad mentality, right? They,
So can you say that both of us have bad mentality?
I don't know lah. That's the thing. For me, I like cigarettes,
Uh-huh.
but that's the thing. I do agree that smoking now, because now I currently smoke one pack in, at least for use for 2 to 3 days, I still feel that's too much. I feel that I want to smoke, but I cannot smoke to the point where I have the urge to smoke. It's because I want to. It's not the nicotine asking me to
Yeah.
smoke, Yeah. So I want to smoke as a hobby. So I think I can say that I do have a little bit of bad mentality. I haven't reached to that point yet. I'm still addicted to it. Yeah. What
Okay.
what about you?
Uh, of course, first thing first, like what you mentioned, willpower is one of the thing, and of
Mm,
course the mentality, because
mm,
the mentality thing is just like every time when like I don't have anything to do and I'm stressed, and I do want a quick release, And
Mm.
by doing sports or reading or itself, it took a very long time to actually relieve my stress or relieve my emotions. So
Yeah.
cigarette is one of the fastest way. I mean, even
Yeah.
drinking, it costs you a big amount of money. I
Yeah.
would say alcohol is very expensive. It
Mhm.
costs you a big amount of money, and it takes a lot of time away, and you will not be productive anymore after you drink
Yeah.
because you're fully intoxicated. So
Yeah.
I will actually, yeah, it's definitely mentality. But the other thing is the reason why I can't really quit is, yeah, I really miss the smell. Every time when I smell it or whatever, I'll be like, that's the smell I want. It's that particular brand Dunhill Classic. It's always a classic.
Yeah.
I, I,
Yeah. It does smell nice.
I can never stop missing that smell. It's too good.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
like when you after you wash your hair. I mean, I now I have short hair, but when I used to have long hair, I always smell my hair. I was like, this is the smell I want. So when it comes to this, every time when I have nothing to do or whatever, I will when I accidentally smell it or whatever, I can't stop myself.
But seriously, you smell like for me like if I inhale the smoke,
Hmm.
then only I smell it nicer.
No,
Like from your clothes one also you smell nice, man.
it depends on what cigarette. The Marlboro.
My
No,
bro cigarette.
I can't take it. I can't take it. The one smells too bad.
Yeah, that seriously that my bro cigarette really smells very
Like
bad. I don't know why people
Sh-
like it.
like Chesterfield as well. I cannot take it.
Mm-hmm.
Dunhill Classic, Mevius is fine. Mevius
Mm.
original. Yeah, it's the taste lah. It's the taste that makes me can't
Mm-mm.
quit because I really
Mm-mm.
like the smell a lot. It's already like a cologne to me. Not cologne, but cologne.
A cologne,
Yeah. I mean,
I can't. I think it's exaggerating, lah. It smells bad, okay?
I mean, but yeah, but of course I want to quit. I want to quit.
Mm.
And nowadays I don't really go and buy anymore. It's just that when
Mm.
people offer me, I will just grab it or something like that. Of course, when there's time when I'm stressed, I will get 1 or 2 sticks. I think it's totally fine. I mean, as long as I'm not heavy smoking, right,
Yeah.
which harms my health.
Yeah.
Before we end our podcast, let's look at another comment because we have one more comments here. My grandfather quit smoking at the age of 70 plus. He always tell others that it was his determination.
Mm-hmm.
Should we? Yeah, you see people 70 something
70.
years old. Still, you don't have this determination. Look at us.
Yeah. We got no determination. No, but seriously, I also don't want to quit.
Yeah.
To me lah, my target is basically
Just reduce.
I just want to reduce. I want to enjoy smoking.
Mhm.
That's the thing. I want to enjoy smoking. I just don't want to get addicted to it. So that's my determination. I need to control, right? I can't just like, I need to smoke, puff one, puff one, puff one. That's the thing. So sometimes I do that. Sometimes I can smoke like 2 or 3 at the same time. I have to stop that, right? So my goal is that one pack maybe can last me 1 week. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal that I'm trying to.
Averagely three cigarette per day lah, which is
Around there,
not too
which
bad. Not too bad.
yeah, maybe like okay, I'm relaxing now. I have a smoke, something like that lah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just to enjoy.
I mean, to conclude everything, right? I mean, cigarette is not a good thing. I mean, if you
Yeah.
never smoke it, don't
ever try.
Don't ever try it. Never. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have anything to tell our audience member before we end our episode today?
Yeah, basically for me lah, this smoking cigarettes is a luxury, right? Smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, all these luxuries are just for enjoyment. So if you get addicted to the enjoyment, it's not a good thing at all, right?
It was never a release valve for you, I think.
Yeah. So basically, for me, if as an enjoyment, as a luxury, you have to limit it to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined in your life. Yeah.
I do agree that. I mean, this is the reason why we talk about this today is to actually share about what we think as a smoker, or because I used to quit smoking. So what do I think about smoking and non-smoker, smokers and non-smokers, and the difference of it? And I would like to really share this opinion to share these thoughts to every one of you. Alright. So before we end our show today, if you really love our podcast, if you enjoy our podcast, feel free to leave your like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it to your friends. Because we really appreciate your help, and it will drive us further. Everything is in our Facebook page, our Instagram. We even have a fan link for easy fan link for you to actually refer to our podcast, our Spotify podcast, our Podbean, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast as well. So thank you for tuning in, and I really enjoy you guys having interaction with us and stuff. Jonathan, before we go, we stop everything. Do you have anything to tell us?
好感動啊！
Yeah, we really appreciate everyone's effort. That's it for today, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.